Howdy, how you going? Well, I sometimes get asked what games I like to play in my free time, so I wanted to show you one of them. I figured I'd answer some questions, say hi, and yeah, I'll hopefully chat with some people who are online. Let's see, is anyone here? PhantomStrider, LiveStream playing Jones. Because why not? Howdy! Nice to see everyone coming in. So yeah, I'll be playing Jones, one of my favorite games, while also answering questions, hopefully. So this is basically a life simulator. One sec, I'll put that in there. Playing life simulator. Live stream. There we go, that'll do. Anyway, to the point. So we'll set some basic goals of what I want to do. Yeah, I will challenge Jones because he can. Let's go for broke, and we'll see if I can beat him. So to start with, I'm this fellow here, and I need a job. See, I'm very, very fashionable. So I'll go into Acme Employment. Welcome to Acme Employment. Where's your resume? Fits zits. Anyway, let's try for the black market.
Congratulations, you got the job.
I'm a janitor now. I wonder if I could be a checker.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I can't. But I can go to Black's Market now. Anyway.
Welcome to Black's Market.
Let's see if I can answer
check out those melons.
Well. Make sure you stay sinister than normal, Josh. That's from Fanta. Have you played Spider-Man PS4? If you haven't, I highly recommend it, says John Charles. I haven't played Spider-Man, sorry, John. I don't have a PS4 myself. The only thing I've been playing much lately is on my Switch, Smash Bros. Ultimate with Raz. Be a YouTuber, UWU. What do you think of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Scaredy Cat Gaming asks. I really was into the original Full Metal Alchemist series, but it kind of ended for me with Conquerors of Shambhala, the original movie, so sort of, yeah, pretty good on that. I was a big fan of the series, and it's part of what brought Japan to America, which was really cool. Strider, my guy, it's been so long since I watched a video of you. Well, it's nice for you. Thanks for dropping in, patriotic. Just hopefully answering some questions and playing Jones. I probably should have done one or the other. Anyway, so what I can do now is, now that I have my job, is I can work. I might turn off. No, I'll leave a sound on so I can give us a bit of ambience. And if I don't eat, I will.
No tipping, please.
I will starve. So now, in the meantime, Jones will have his turn. And
welcome to Acme, where every last job is a blemish on your resume.
Contributes $5. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
And 4th of July says, I'm giving you $5 because you're awesome. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate that, Jelly Babies. Thank you.
Welcome to Monolith Burger.
I appreciate you dropping
Cleanest
in.
restrooms in the game.
We have some.
Our shakes are so
says,
thick,
love your
you
videos,
can't
dude.
even
Thank
swallow
you very
them.
much, Valerie. I appreciate you checking them out. What game is this? Asked Devil Child. This is Jones in the Fast Lane.
Welcome to
I'll put it in the description.
Next semester is double
Jones
credits
in the
semester.
Fast Lane is the game
The enrollment
we're playing.
fee
Smiley
is the
face.
amount indicated.
Probably quite late in America,
Would
so I
you
appreciate
like to
people
enroll?
tuning in. Thick Burger
Thank you.
says corn
You
or
may
nonsense.
select the
Yeah, I can
class
work down at the
of your
Monolith
choice.
Burger, but I was fortunate enough to get to work another place today. Oh, we have a message from Connor Johnson. Oh, hey, Connor, good to hear from you. Did you know that today is Hayao Miyazaki's 78th
Welcome
birthday?
to Black's Market.
For those of you
Our
who don't
butcher
know,
loves to
Hayao
stop and
Miyazaki
chew the
made some
fat.
of the best anime in the world through Studio Ghibli, such as Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. Some
You
of my
stayed
favorite
home
animes
and
of all
did
time.
absolutely nothing this
Interestingly,
weekend.
He actually has wanted to retire a couple of times while doing making these, but each time he's had to take over again quite often because he wasn't satisfied with what Studio Ghibli was producing. So it's interesting because the guy's constantly wanting to retire and making works of art in the process of being unable to retire. And we have a message from Mizuki. Oh, hey, Mizuki. I hope to hear from you if you're interested in subtitling. Thanks very much for offering to apply. Howdy, Josh. Mizuki says, keep up the good work. Can you do a best Canadian list as well? Carry on making good work as some of my best idol and role model. Well, thank you, Mizuki. I appreciate you checking out my videos. Best Canadian has come up so many times, and I know the Canadians do some good work. But I just, there isn't as much demand nowadays, you know, for just straight up best lists, and then maybe if I came up with another worst list to add on to the best list, because that's how I get to talk about some of the good stuff nowadays and still have the YouTube algorithm more likely to recommend my videos to people if I have worst and best. So I definitely would like to do more cartoons around the world. Let me know in the description, in the chat, if there's a specific country in the world you'd like to see reviewed. Whoa, it's Alpha. How you doing, Alpha? Good to see you, man. Say howdy to Alpha. What do you think is the best Pokemon? Your opinion, though. Josie Castillo. One of my favorites is Crobat. I used to like Celebi, but then I realized he's like the weakest legendary in the world. Like, there is no weaker Pokemon than him in legendaries, except maybe Shaman. I used to really like Mewtwo and Mew. I used to like. I tend to raise Psychics and Ghost and Dark Pokemon, so I'll have a Crobat. I tend to use Toxic and Poison moves a lot to try and lower my enemy's defense before they can really see them slowly destroyed without me having to do much. And Bri Tees asks, do I have a girlfriend? No, I'm single at the moment. I'm not that fortunate at the moment. But I have an awesome community, and that's pretty damn cool too. If it's something that happens, then it happens, and that's a wonderful thing. But I'm happy by myself, to be honest. I'm okay, but certainly is a lovely thing if it ever happens. And a message from Acrylic Skeleton. Hello, Acrylic. I remember you on Discord. It's good to see you. And she says, hey, Strider, nice to see you, man. She does some lovely artwork, too. Anyway, before I forget, all of my food is spoiled, and it's time I do my work and be a working drone. Hooray! I get to work for food for a week, and now I should go get an education and possibly try and get a better job. Let's enroll in university. There we go. Now I'll go to junior college because I'm a dropout, apparently.
This weekend, you closed your curtains, locked your doors, turned off the lights, and
did absolutely nothing this weekend.
Morning breakfast cereal with little marshmallows.
Yeah, you do some really weird stuff. That one was from John Charles. You do stuff like just randomly you'll listen to a talking bear 50 times during the weekend or something. It's really
this
really
week
crazy.
Only buy 2 burgers and get the shapes for
says
free.
Ray Rio Kajoy Narwhal. Andrew Drew Plays says, hey Strider, I love your vids. Do you like Thomas and Friends? It's funny you mentioned that, Andrew, because there always seems to be someone talking about Thomas the Tank Engine in my chats for some reason. And thank you very much for the second donation, Mizuki. That's very generous of you.
You pitched horseshoes in your apartment all weekend. The people downstairs love you.
A little bit of that back in the subtitles, in your subtitle job. A fair bit of that. Anyway, what time is it at your place? Says Apple Macintosh Guy A113. It is about 2:30 p.m. Hey buddy, how do you feel about... It's moving so fast. Hey buddy, how do you feel about SMRFG Chaboy Justin? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about there, Justin, sorry. Anyway, it is my turn again. Let us jump on to the next day. I will do something apart from just work every day at the office. Let's try and actually get
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm a checker now.
You got
Let's see
the
if I can
job.
also be a butcher. No, I don't have the education to be a butcher at the store. Hopefully when I get junior school done, I can be. Have you heard about a guy named Pelican Entertainment who... No, I haven't.
Congratulations.
Strider,
You've been given a raise.
From Connor. I've become a huge fan of Hilda.
Didn't get the
both
job
the books and
for
the
the
British
following
anime series
reasons.
on Netflix.
No
Isn't so much
openings.
about it coalesces with me. It really does, doesn't it? It's got a lovely feel to it, that show. I've really enjoyed Hilda so far too. And a message from Josh Pickard saying, you should do top 10 best movies of all time. Well, that's so subjective.
Have a nice
Josh,
day.
you know? There's so many good movies out there. It's like, even worst movies of all time was very subjective. Let's see. From Justin Alford, he says, I'll talk about Super
You
Robot
went bowling
Monkey
with
Team
friends this
Hyperforce
weekend.
Go. Well, if you want, you can talk about that. Internet Alien says, hi Strider, I just wanted to say that you are awesome. And thank you very much. Appreciate that, Internet Alien. You're awesome too. And Wences Acosta says, hey Strider, Happy New Year. Oh, thank you very much, Wency. Fine, happy New Year to you too. I don't know if you've made many New Year's resolutions. I haven't had too many resolutions. Just hopefully try and meditate a bit more. I'm trying to just meditate a bit more in January. Obviously, it's not working though because I am very rarely this flustered on camera. Like this flustered. I am just crazy today, and I apologize for that. I'm just like frantic, and I apologize for that. I'll do the best I can to answer as many questions as I can. Strider Andrew Plays 3 says, Strider, are you Aussie? I certainly am. I live in Brisbane. Oh yes, and Media Fanatic says, hey Strider, what's the game about? It's about basically, well, you're basically playing life. You're getting a job, you're working, and basically the goal is to get into the high-rise security apartments.
Would you?
Oh, landlord is garnishing my wage because I haven't paid my rent. But we will actually go to a better place to live soon because when I can afford it. I just have to finish junior college, but I can't.
One of your fillings came loose this weekend. It's a good thing you're handy with a soldering iron.
I live in Tassie. Daniel Myers says, hey Strider. Hey to you too, Daniel. Is this game available online? Yes, it is. You can play it at Jones.cash. It's very fun. I really enjoy it. It's just one of those random games I like to play in the background, a bit like Plants vs. Zombies 2. Once again, John, I haven't actually seen into this. Oh, sorry, that was a different question. I haven't actually seen into
Wild
the
Willie
yet,
has
but I hear
lifted
the
another
animation
wallet.
is really amazing, and that it's one
You
of the best
played 2 rounds
Spider-Man
of golf
movies in
this
years,
weekend.
So I actually really want to see someone just steal from me. Oh yes, Wild Willie just took the wallet of Jones. Let me just quickly go have some food.
Look in our...
What I will do is I'll get a fridge so my food doesn't keep spoiling, but...
Sorry.
Oh, no, let's see if I can be a butcher. No, I still can't be a butcher. Maybe if I go to junior college. Now can I be a butcher? Oh no, I didn't mean to study academic.
You had your marble repainted
right.
this weekend.
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza, says Phantom Moon. Gobby Ribbon says, do you like Borat? No, I do not.
Your landlord garnished
movie with
some
my
of your
dad,
wages.
and I did not enjoy it. It was one of the cringiest experiences I have ever had in theaters. And I saw Bad
You went out
Grandpa
and
as
caught
well.
your
and
own
it's like,
frog legs
it's
this
not,
weekend.
I know some people enjoy it, but it just isn't my thing. Like I saw it and I was just like, this is so cringeworthy. It was basically just watching people get embarrassed who are trying to be polite to Borat, and he just tries to push them to the edge, so they're not polite to him anymore. And I guess that's, it's just so manipulative, you know. It's just like, I don't like to take advantage of people's kindness. Oh, sorry. Apparently the volume of the game is drowning out my voice, so I apologize for that. I've actually just turned the sound off because that was what I worried might happen. And I'm getting my money garnished, but I am still working, and I can't keep me down. See if I can get to blacks. No, how can it be so hard to be educated to be a butcher? Fine, I'll go to trade school to be a butcher. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for the comment on... Oh, damn it, I lost the space. Princess G says, thanks for the comment on my one video. I'm sorry I didn't reply, and I freaked out when you saw it. Oh, no, I'm so sorry I didn't reply last time, Princess G. You kept commenting, and I saw it after I was watching during my workout that you were commenting, and it was such a nice comment, and I was just like, ah! And so I was like, damn it, I am going to reply, and it wouldn't let me message you, so I was like, I'm going to comment on her one video, because, like, you know, I really wanted to say something, because, you know, that is the most important part of what I do, is that, like, you were really, really appreciated what I'd done, you know, and you'd had troubles yourself, and that I was able to help you. It was just amazing. Anyway, not getting gushy. I'm not getting gushy. James on the Leggy says, hey, LiveStrider, I just want to say I love your vids because they have a heart in them, and not some Googled facts and warnings in some videos, which are really nice. Well, thank you, James. I try and just make it give as much heart as possible, because I used to be, well, by haters tend to call me Phantom Mojo, and so I try and differentiate myself by having personality and actually giving a crap. And Raphael A., you are very disciplined because you retracted your message. I don't know what you said, but you're very disciplined in what you say. Weirdo Who Watches says, hi Strider, have you seen Party in Stocking in anime? If not, you should watch the... Oh, I think Robin was reviewing that one recently. I can't remember if that was like a horror rom-com or something. I can't remember. Simon Wood says, thank you for giving a lonely teen something to relax on with a lonely night. Always a pleasure, Josh. Oh, thank you, Simon. Well, that was what I was hoping, you know, for a Saturday night, just to chill with you guys for a bit and have some fun. And speaking of which, oh no, I've not got my clothes anymore. Oh, do I have enough money to buy clothes? Because I can't work now. Oh. Okay, maybe I can get a basic dress suit. Fortunately, we've saved up some cash. We'll get some dress clothes, and we'll get 2 sets so this doesn't happen again. And now, well, I look fancy pants. Now I will go to trade school, because I really need to finish trade school and become a butcher. I love your videos. Says Egg Opener. Well, thank you very much, Egg. Rockstar Rocco says hi. Well, hi to you too. Howdy to you too, Rockstar. Have you played Smash Ultimate? Asks Edward. I certainly have. My favorite character is Wario and Donkey Kong. I've gotten really good at Donkey Kong lately. He's just the right balance in Ultimate. He's not too powerful, but he's still a heavyweight. I love his attacks. He's just like the best character ever for me. I was underwhelmed by Final Space Gobby Ribbon. The tone is so broken on it. It's weird because like I can recognize they're trying to do something good, but the main character really annoys me because like there'll be a really serious scene, like someone will be going in his mind and be going, "You don't go in my mind, man." And he's just making it so annoyingly meta when it doesn't need to be. He can't let a scene play out. So, but I know a lot of people are keen on that one, so I haven't said as much because like they even recommended a dark episode for it. I think Cosmo recommended that one, but I was like, it's too annoyingly meta, like with the commentary. So I was just like, that one character constantly sort of inserting, "Oh, this is happening," and telling us that is just like, no, just let it happen, man. So yes, I was slightly annoyed by Final Space, but overall really good. Just the commentary was really annoying. Just let a scene play out. Medicine Monday says, Stroshius, I challenge you to a Smash match. Oh yeah, we can play online, can't we? Well, I would gladly play you, Medicine Monday. Do you know YouTube animations? Says Miranda Roche. Sorry if I spelled your name wrong. I don't do YouTube animation myself. I'm not talented enough for that. Who lives in Australia next to a kangaroo? PhantomStrider. Fun, emotional, and great as he PhantomStrider. His great videos are something you wish. Drop on the floor and flop like a koala. Koalas are very dangerous, actually. They tend to scratch and bite. They're very mean. Media Fanatic says, Strider, you always make my day every time you see a video. I see a video. Well, thank you very much, Media. Appreciate you tuning in. And let us get this next day. And I've got a doctor bill. I've got less time because I'm hungry. My rent is due. So I've got like half the day left. Oh, and my landlord's garnishing all my wage. I can afford 1 week of food, fortunately. Alright, you just go ahead and do your turn, Jones. He must be flopping me by this point. We need to become a butcher next turn. What do you think of Nickelodeon 2018? Sliver Sugar. I haven't tuned into much Nickelodeon lately, actually, for 2018. I don't know, it just hasn't been coming up on the radar. I've been putting you know what's been happening? I'm putting a lot more time into Netflix now, because we don't get, like, cable and stuff for very cheap in Australia, so I've just been... And I think Foxtel has locked down rights to Nickelodeon, so Netflix certainly doesn't get it, Stan doesn't get it, none of those other ones get it. Let's see. What is your favorite video game? Says Colonel Nonsense. I'm not really sure. This is one I really enjoy. It's probably not my favorite, but it's one I just like to play and chill with in the background. And now, let's see if I can become a butcher. I also like Plants vs. Zombies 2. That's a fun one I like to play. Oh, come on. I still don't have enough education to be a freaking butcher. Oh, yes, because I hadn't gone to trade school. Yes, there we go. It's okay, says Miranda Roche. Oh, ever watch Super Sentai or Kamen Rider? Arceus, FTW. I remember you, Arceus. I haven't watched that one, sorry. Sounds familiar, Super Sentai. Let's see. Blue Guy says, I know I am from the United States. I ask, would you visit the US or the UK? I would first like to visit California, as I'd love to go to Disneyland. I've really enjoyed going to Canada. When I go to Canada, I really enjoy seeing my family there, and America I find is relatively similar, except less green and probably a little bit more dangerous and easier to get shot. There's nothing against it, it's probably a higher crime rate than Canada. I would really like to go visit, Disneyland. Yes, I would love to see Disneyland someday. I know it's really crowded and stuff, and it's probably really overhyped, but it's just one of those places I'd like to go, you know, and obviously I'd love to do VidCon in California. Ronnie Creekside says, your content helps me by inspiring me to be myself, and your content always makes me feel better when I'm sad in a dark state. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Josh. Well, you're most welcome, Ronnie. That's what it's here for, you know, and if I can give some nice, calm, chill, enjoyable content and maybe make your day a little bit more interesting, then that's the best part of my job, you know. And Welcome to My World says hello. Well, hello to you too, Welcome to My World. Sawyer Trombley says, Strider, have you played Pokemon Sun and Moon? I'm sorry I'm annoying. You're not annoying at all, Sawyer. Sorry if I've missed your message. I'm only just sort of going through frantically as well as I can. Yes, I played Pokemon Sun, Rasgot Moon. I got about halfway through. I was disappointed because it's on islands, and for some reason it feels much more limited and isolated on the islands. I wasn't really happy with the Pokemon selection either. It just underwhelmed me a little bit, but it was very challenging, I'll give it that. What I don't like about I Choose You Pikachu is like there is no challenge to this new one. They've made it so bare bones simple that a child certainly could pick it up, which was what their aim is to get a larger audience. Yes, I'm a butcher, hooray! Let's go earn a butcher's salary. No, wait, this is the factory. Let's go deposit my money in the bank, then we'll go earn a butcher's salary. Well, there's no time left in the week, but let's try and earn some of a butcher's salary that was garnished by wages. Hooray! And Strider, let's see what the next question is. Cosmic Softness says, how's your day been? I hope you're having a good one. Cosmic, it has been a really good day because I've been getting all these applications in and talking to people on the subtitling, which I thought no one would apply for, but everyone applied for. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people applied for it, and it was just so wonderful. And like 140 something people even liked the video, liked the tweet, and a lot of people retweeted it just to try and get the message out there. It was just overwhelming, and I've got someone who's taking a look at some of the subtitling, and the great thing is this is one of those jobs I can get a few people working, so I don't have to reject as many people, which always sucks. But in the last 6 months, I've expanded the team that I've worked with, which is wonderful because for the last 3 or 4 years, I've done this all by myself. But to have people who can help with editing, to have people who can help me get the structure of scripts right, that help me do research, it's just incredible. And I'm just very, very overwhelmed and chuffed about that right now. Oh, and a message. Oh, hello, Mercedes. Good to hear from you. Who says glad you were able to get help. And thank you again for your script help, Mercedes. I'm really loving your list so far. I'm looking forward to seeing that when that's just do what you can on it and let me know when you're done with it. And I'll take a look over, as I know number one's a really hard choice to sort of do much research on, and I do have some personal thoughts on that choice. So let's see. I also want to know your thoughts on Pinky Malinky. I'm sorry, I don't know that one. Welcome to my world. By the way, the next list is darkest PBS Kids Show episodes. Yes, I'm doing another dark list, but this one lets me talk about Arthur and actually a bit of Thomas, which is going to be interesting because I actually found a really bleak Thomas episode that was quite sadistic. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. I don't know how people will respond to this. If a few people are interested in this next list, I'll be very happy. What's worse, Hannah Montana or Fred, says Ryder and Pierce. Fred by a wide margin is your answer. No. An annoying orange is slightly worse than him, in my opinion. You know, some people enjoy it. It's just definitely not my thing. And let's see if I can get the next job up at Black's Market. Yeah, I'm an assistant manager now. Let's see if I can be a manager. No. but I will probably need some business clothing now, that, you know, the kind of assistant managers wear. But I can't afford to wear assistant managers clothing. And I need more education. I don't know where I need to go. Maybe I need to go to trade school. Alright, do Alt F4. Why would I do that? That would close the window, Suhan. Let's see. John Charles, 2 new Pokemon video game ideas I came up with. Pokemon Saturn and Pokemon Jupiter. What do you think? Well, those are actually quite original names. They're to do with stones and colors. I would like those. Says, Dear Josh Strider, I love your videos. Some of your videos are very boring, and I wish Does videos weren't boring. When are you going to make more videos? I'm taking an hour to not be making videos. However I say your name. You know, I'm just going to call you For Hopeful Gods, okay? For Hopeful Gods, I'm sorry some of my videos are boring. I try to do my best to make them interesting. They're not for everyone, and they are more probably mellow and calm, and I purposely try to keep them without being too flashy. And I think some people do find that boring, and that's perfectly okay, because that's not my target audience. It's people who just want something to chill to, who are interested in my opinion. And for some, that might be boring, and I understand, For Hopeful Gods, if that's a bit boring. That's fair enough. I appreciate you dropping into the live stream, though, and voicing your opinion and saying hi. Have you checked out South Park Season 21 and Season 22, says Gobby Ribbon. Honestly, no, I haven't, Gobby. I'm really, really behind in it, which is ridiculous because I use a very similar avatar in my videos to South Park. It's kind of very theme-ish, but I guess it's been so overwhelming the last 2 seasons that I just haven't been keeping up well. I'm getting kind of tired of, like, on South Park, the fact that everyone is always so over the top, and I know that's the shtick of it, that everyone has got to be, something's going wrong, something's going wrong that's really not that. But you can only kind of laugh about that so much, and, I won the jackpot. And, like, kind of the shtick of just being like, something's going wrong, we've all got to panic over something stupid. It's just kind of worn thin for me, and I'm just, like, sort of meh on it now. And now, but I will check it out in the future, as I, really respect the show still and think it's amazing. I've needed some time away from it, because other things are more interesting to me now, rather than just parodying everyone going crazy and apparently everyone overreacting. And it's gotten too political to me. I kind of miss the days where it could just be about, maybe the forest is really difficult to work through or something like that. Something that isn't quite as heavy. It's always so heavy on South Park, so I've taken a little time off from it. James Zalegi says, I was wondering if you could do a top 10 sometime on video games. The theme can be yours. It would be really interesting to see your opinion on some games. That's a kind of a face, I think. Yeah, video games, I'd like to do... Well, I did worst video games a long time ago, but I'm not very happy with that list, because it's a really old list, and it's not quite up to scratch of what I'd normally do, but it's still relatively accurate. It's still a relatively accurate list. I've thought of doing, like, the hardest bosses or something like that, but I don't know, gaming, it's so done, and I feel like I'd feel more like a very generic channel if I did games. Let's see, Mercedes says, I get you, I barely watch my own favorite shows. Sometimes it's more fun to talk about them than watching them all the time. I think you were talking to someone else there, Mercedes, sorry. What movie are you looking forward to in 2019, says Media Fanatic. Well, I am and aren't looking forward to Mary Poppins. I saw the trailer, and I keep seeing Emily Blunt as a freaking, a war-torn army general. Not really. I just can't see her as Mary Poppins. And I don't know, she just doesn't quite work for me. And the setting doesn't quite work for me. And she says something in the trailer which really bothered me, because it is not something the real Mary Poppins would say, which is like, nothing is gone forever, only lost. That is the dumbest, saccharine, most stupid thing Mary Poppins could say. There is something to be said to a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. That is saying, you take on the harsh with the good. It is acknowledging there is going to be harsh times. Saying nothing is gone forever is the biggest load of horse shoot that I can imagine. It's just so insultingly dumb to say that. And for Mary Poppins, freaking Mary Poppins, to say, and that's the word they chose, that's the sentence they chose. It's like, what saccharine crap is that? Anyway, I'm sorry, that made me angry for some reason. It's just, I love that movie. I love that movie. It's my second favorite Disney movie of all time, and I hope the rest of the movie does it justice, because that was just the stupidest line. Anyway, when the Sonic movie comes out, I'm going to watch it and laugh, says Fanta. Yeah, the Sonic movie's sure something, isn't it? It's, I'm not going to say it's going to be good, but it's going to be something. It's going to be a novelty. I'll probably go see it with Raz, and we'll also laugh. And I guess that's it. Maybe it's more of a novelty of a movie that this can exist. Everyone's just going to see it out of morbid curiosity and be like, huh, I never expected this. It's like the Pikachu Detective movie. It's just like, yeah, the world didn't need this, but it's interesting to see. Emily Blunt is a great actress, but the reboot is subpar, at least, says Savvy Lassie. Yeah, and I'm not going to pass judgment on Emily Blunt's performance. I'm sure it's amazing. All the critics have said so. But I take a lot of the Disney remake critics at this point with a pinch of salt, because I didn't think, Beauty and the Beast was amazing. I really didn't. And I was average about the Jungle Book remake. So, you know, I'm not the target audience anymore, clearly. Benjamin Fenty says, would you be interested in a Fantasia anthology series? By that, thank you very much for the donation, Benjamin. By that, do you mean like Fantasia having a third movie? Because I would love to see a third Fantasia movie. I don't know if they could give it the majesty and beauty of the original, but, you know, Fantasia 2000 went to lengths to try and make it pretty good, and they got really close, like, particularly with that final sequence with, the garden lady that was kind of anime at the same time. It was very beautiful. Excuse me. Anyway, oh no, the landlord garnished $1. Hey, we can afford a fridge now. I don't even need your stupid managerial job, but I might get it anyway. Can I be a manager? No. Yes! I've earned my business administration degree. This means I can now be a manager. So I will go do that. Anyway, Bookish Diamond says, hey Strider, I just want to say that you make fantastic and professionally done content, and I love it. And my question is, oh no, I lost my place. Oh, I was reading that. Where is it? Corrupted Reality says, hey Strider, hope 2019 treats you right. Well, thank you very much, Corrupted Reality. I appreciate it. I hope it treats you okay too. You know, I normally get treated very well in it. And I really want to find this message. I was in the middle of reading it, you stupid chat. I'm sorry. It's just a chat. It's not trying to annoy or attack me. This is not a threat. I apologize for only reading half your message. I'm instead going to read the next message, and if you pop up again, I will read you if I see you. Nijibi, the TCG nerd, says, hey Strider, big fan here. Been watching and supporting the channel for years. What do you think is best or worst anime on Netflix? Both exclusive and non-exclusive are eligible. I mean, if My Hero Academia from little I saw of that was quite good. I would have to go with Netflix exclusives because there's a lot of non-exclusives available. One that keeps popping up in my chat, my feed, is 7 Deadly Sins, which I haven't checked out yet. Robin would be a better person to ask that. I mean, obviously, if Castlevania is considered an anime, that one is quite good, but certainly not for everyone. It's for an older audience. And we have a message from Andrew Conkey. Thank you very much for the donation, Andrew. He says, hey, Joe. Oh, my name's Josh, Andrew, but I appreciate you saying hi. Number 1, what's your favorite 90s cartoon sitcom? And number 2, what show in 2018 were you sad to see go? Love the show, have a pint on me. Well, thank you, I don't drink, but I appreciate the sentiment, Andrew. What's your favorite all-time 90s cartoon? The SpongeBob count? Because that came out in the 90s? Yeah, SpongeBob. You know, it probably would be SpongeBob now that I think about it, because that's the one I've watched over the years so much, and that's probably one of the top lists I enjoy making the most. So I'm going to go with SpongeBob as an easy choice. What show in 2018... Oh, Futurama came out in 1999, so I could call that one of my favorites too. And I really like season 1 of Futurama. What show in 2018 were you sad to see go? The Good Place is ending. That's probably, like, that's a show I really enjoy that I'm sad to see go. So, yeah, I would say that one. I was actually really sad to see that the Mythbusters remake with Carrie, Torrey, and Grant only got 1 season on Netflix. That was cancelled in 2018. So I was just watching that last night, and that's really good. I do recommend that if you... It's called The White Rabbit Hole. If you look it up on Google, it's really good. It's done by Carrie, Torrey, and Grant, and it does some really interesting stuff like psychology and superpowers, and really cool. Ginger Conker says, hey, you should make a Smash room where your reviewers can join and stream it. Ginger, that would be really fun. I would love to do that, you know, actually. And why? I don't know why I don't do that, because I have a Switch, but for some reason I get more joy from playing at the moment. I wanted to do this one with you guys, but I will definitely... Oh no, Wild Willie took my money. He just took $1,800 and I was about to buy a fridge. Oh, I don't care, I'm a manager. I'm gonna go... Wait, no. I'm gonna go to the employment office and ask for a job. Yeah, now we're a manager, so it doesn't matter that Wild Willie took my wallet. No, I'm not properly dressed for... Oh, crap. No, I don't have enough money, so I have to ask for a lower wage in order to go earn some money to get dressed for work. Well, anyway. Okay, next to the next chat. LiveStrider, wouldn't you believe... oh yeah, Adventure Time went as well, Squidward. Very good point. I was sad to see Adventure Time go as well. I totally called Golb coming back. I really wanted to make but haven't got round to it, a chat on that where I sort of talk about the Golb being the secret boss and where we originally saw him. Because if you look back at Pillow World, that's the only episode in the series where we see Finn actually die. And look who's waiting for him, Golb, who tries to swallow him, but Finn jumps off his tongue. A little tiny detail which I thought was really cool. And you realize that Golb is actually the Lord of the Dead. It's very cool. Yes, sad to see that go as well, Squidward. Wouldn't you believe that Funimation's distributed Canadian film called Tony Hawk and Boom Boom Sabotage? I swear the message disappears very quickly. That would be a bizarre combination, Extreme Wreck. Anyway, let's jump to the next question. We have a question from Isaac Smith. Oh, hey, Isaac, thank you very much for the donation. You ask, hey, PhantomStrider, I was the one that suggested top 10 highly anticipated movies that failed miserably. Well, for one thing, I never use capitalizations anymore, Isaac. They're just... Oh, they're attention-grabbing and dumb and annoying and stupid. Oh, but some people use it, and it's just not me. I shouldn't judge. I do fine. I don't need to judge others who try to grab attention with capitalizations and death and all these other things, you know. Top 10 deaths in... yuck. Anyway. Sorry. And I saw that you liked it. Do you have any plans for it? I understand if you can't. Well, you know, the problem is, Isaac, is that I feel like I've already kind of done anticipated movies. No, I could do that. Let me know if you have any suggestions for that, Isaac, and maybe post them to me on Twitter as well, because I check my Twitter quite often, because I've got a bunch of ideas jumping around right now, but I would be interested in having that one researched a bit more. Hey Josh, Nikki the Cat says, thank you very much for the question, Isaac. Nikki the Cat says, hey Josh, do you think you could do a top 10 list on Netflix live action series like Stranger Things or a series of unfortunate events? I guess I'd like to, Nikki, because I do actually watch a lot of Netflix, but the problem is that there just doesn't seem much demand for Netflix, yet alone live action. Generally, my live action videos are the least kind of least amount of people are interested in that, and I try to go for a certain amount of viewers when with a certain amount of viewers, and generally live action gets the least amount of attention, so eventually I may look at it, but at the moment I've got a lot of animation ideas I want to focus on. Mercedes says, I wouldn't mind helping you with an Adventure Time video if you'd like. Well, I'd be glad to get your help, Mercedes. I appreciate it. I kind of already did up the script for it. I've just never really produced it. I'll show you sometime on that. Kyla Dent says, "Oh my god, can you do top 10 best anime?" Well, I'm just not qualified for it anymore because I haven't really been into anime since I was about 19. Again, that's one of those subjects that Robin would be far better to discuss than me, far more qualified. And I will go, what I will do this time is I will get my job as a manager, then I will go to QT Clothing and get a business suit. Now I can go work at Black's Market as the manager. Why the hell am I still living in low-cost housing on this? Like, I need to probably go and move to another place. Anyway, I'll answer some chat questions. So, hey Strider, what are your thoughts on the It movie, says Internet Aliens. I never really got into it myself, Internet Alien. I'm just not a horror person. I know it's more of a comedy horror, but I don't touch horror, not with a 10-foot pole. A couple of David Lynch's is about all I ever need to never want to look at horror again. What are your thoughts on Princess Mononoke, and what's your opinion on it, says Hindu. Hindu Frappe. I watched Princess Mononoke, and I really, really love the, obviously the animation, the backgrounds, the forest setting is really cool. I felt it ended really weirdly. It kind of ends just with him kind of losing his curse, and the whole it ends on such just a random end. Like, there's no conclusiveness to it. But what I do like about it is that every side is relatable. I like the fact that every side is kind of like the humans you can understand, but you can also understand the forest side of being invaded. The humans have to protect themselves, but also want to get land. That's the nice thing about Miyazaki's movies, is you can kind of understand every side, and that's very cool. What do you think about do I like Breadwinner's fan art, says Sliver Sugar. I haven't actually. No, I can't imagine I would like Breadwinner's fan art, Sliver. Anything you produce though is going to be lovely, so I appreciate that. If you do happen to draw anything, never let anyone stop you from drawing something you want to draw, even if it's a cartoon I think is crappy. And my landlord is garnishing all my wages at this point. Let's see if I can get enough to buy a fridge. Next turn, I'll hopefully have enough to buy a fridge. Bozette was, says Abandoned Nation. Here is the question that fled. Have you heard of Clonoa franchise? Sorry, Booker's Diamond, I haven't heard of that one. Ryder and Pierce asked thoughts on TV series versus PewDiePie. I don't watch PewDiePie, so I'm not too sure, sorry. Oh, he's been given a raise, so good on Jones. I think I'm still beating him though. Opinion on the kids would be or Warner Bros. Cartoon Detention. That's an oldie, but the weird thing about Detention was it never left a big impact on me. I never really liked the characters, but I do remember everything about it, like when one of the kids got jinxed and couldn't talk, and the FBI were going to drag him downtown, and there was something really weirdly memorable about each episode. It just really stuck with me, but I never have rewatched it, and it must be really good because Enter based his entire horsing around. Why do I always call his story horsing around? It's kicking around, playing around, and I've even talked with him about it and discussed plot points. I don't know why, but I always call it horsing around. You know what I mean. Total Drama Ricky says, remember the email. What, like a strong bad email? I will be checking my email again, Total Drama Ricky, soon. Apologies if I haven't got back to your email yet. Thank you very much for the donation, by the way. And we have a question from Wolf Fang saying, what's your favorite dark kids movie? Probably Land Before Time. Would probably say Land Before Time. That emanates darkness, but also a kind of there's a happiness to it, but also this real bleakness to it, and it's a real movie. That's just a magic to that movie. There really is. Very real. I do like that one quite a lot. And anyway, let me go and get myself a fridge so my food stops expiring. Hooray, we have a fridge. And while we're here, why don't we get a color TV? Yeah. Now I can go to Rent Office and get a decent house to live in. No, I can't. They're closed. Well, let's go get food for 4 weeks. Hooray! Okay. Now, I agree. Don Bluth is awesome, says Bria. Yes, he is. Can you say howdy, says Dylan Carter. Howdy, Dylan. Howdy. Or shoot. Yeah, no one's corrected. Oh, wait, growing around. Yes, thank you, Mercedes. Growing around. That's what I meant, horsing around. Would you believe me if I said the voice of Sway would go on to voice Tuxedo Mask in the Sailor Moon redub in Crystal? No, I wouldn't, Christian Gordy. That is crazy. And it's super surprising, because Tuxedo Mask, when you listen to his original dub, even in the frickin' 4Kids dub, he is just slick and smooth in his delivery. So that is really surprising. Doesn't PewDiePie already have enough subscribers, says BlueCat42. I imagine he's not really struggling for any more, just on the fact of cultural osmosis. Everyone knows him, and obviously the algorithm. So, but anyway, good for him. I'm sure I don't watch him myself, but I hear he produces good content, so good for him. Best and worst anime-inspired Western cartoons. Oh, geez, I mean, obviously there'd be ones like Teen Titans regular. And also pretty much a ton of the stuff that DreamWorks has made on Netflix recently. Obviously Avatar, Legend of Korra. Basically a lot of the stuff DreamWorks is producing for Netflix right now would fit into that category. Let's see. The voice of Badooz also voiced Stimpy from Adult Party Cartoon. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, no wonder those voices both just hit in my head and annoy me. You know, I think we have just about won this game, my friends. I'll do a couple more turns and finish up. I'll see if I can answer as many questions as I can. I mean, you can go and work at the factory, but who wants to do that? Let's at least get into the security. No, why is the rent office always closed? This is so horribly realistic. Oh, and I'll show you Monolith Burger. Yeah! Welcome to Monolith Burger. Special orders will be an extra 45 minutes. Let's have an Astro Chicken, and a fries, and some shakes. And hamburgers. As someone who really struggles with his stomach and eating, this would just be this is making me sick just looking at it. And I can't afford any of that, so I will go to the office. Anyway, Oliver Thorogood says cack. For Gods says, do you like Fortnite? I haven't played it myself, sorry, for Gods. Thoughts on Sonic X? Asked Jesus A. Ordorno. I noticed a couple of people were asking about Sonic X, which I haven't actually talked about. Originally, I was going to make one of these Sonic lists I talked about recently, but I just ended up saying that it's so average to me, Sonic X. It doesn't quite work for me. It's like even Chris Thorndike doesn't leave much of an impact on me. He's just kind of average. So it's not as bad as Sonic Underground, and it's not as interestingly bad as Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So it just never left an impact. I will say though, their Sonic Adventure remake was really, really bad. I just found that so boring. So it's just, yeah, they really badly did Sonic Adventure's remake. Have you played any of the Fallout games? Says Savvy Lassie. You bet I have, Savvy. I loved Fallout 3. I played Fallout 2 and Fallout 1, which were just brilliant games on their own because of the amount you could do with it. Strategy talks about this stuff really well, but the fact that in Fallout 1 and 2 you could basically choose to do anything, and because we didn't have to worry about voice acting and 3D and high budgets, you could go in and destroy an entire nation or an entire city with, by taking away their water supply, and you could get bombed in the next scene, and you could do all this and have all these intricate choices because there wasn't that constraint of having a high budget and making sure it was all voiceable. And there is drawbacks, I think, to the fact that we have to voice everything nowadays, and everything has to be done on such a huge, expensive budget. And I think that's one of them, that choice can sometimes become a lot more narrow, and something has to be it has to be seen by the largest amount of people to be worth doing now in games, particularly large budget games. But I think that's what Steam is good for, that the cheaper stuff can go, and that's what I tend to play, a lot of the cheaper games. Hey, while I'm here, says Isaac Smith, top 10 best creepypasta characters. Thank you very much for the donation, Isaac. Hoodoo Hoodlum, aka Dennis, is a way better person to ask on that. I only know of the Sonic.exe creepypasta, and that's and I hear that's actually considered a pretty bad creepypasta. And I do watch Hoodoo Hoodlum's creepypastas, but again, they're mostly like really bad creepypastas of like Roblox or stuff written by kids, which is probably often intentionally bad. Mercedes says, Home is actually one of my personal favorite shows on Netflix. DreamWorks has put out. That probably says something about me. No, honestly, Mercedes, to be honest, I did kind of enjoy the Home series a lot more than the movie, honestly. It's chill, and I know you were really into Puffin Rock. You were the first person to recommend Puffin Rock to me, and I really enjoy that as well. And I imagine if you end up helping me with that list, top 10 cartoons to watch when you're sick, that may be actually a good choice, Home, because it's chill, it's calm, it's very calm animation as well, so I think that's a really potentially good choice. And you're right, it does say a bit about you, but good things. I'm probably going to go to bed soon. It's midnight already here, says Fanta. Yeah, I'll finish up the live stream soon. But why is everyone asking me if I'm subscribed to PewDiePie? No, I don't watch his stuff. I don't... Anyway, no, I'm not, but I'm sure he produces okay content. I don't know about it myself, but good for him. Thoughts on Roblox, says Colonel Nonsense. I do have thoughts on Roblox, Colonel Nonsense, because I keep trying to play it, and I keep running into the problem that I really hate the interface. I hate having to go into a browser in order to have to... Why can't I just go into a game, like on Minecraft, click a server, and play? And it kind of drops you in, and you don't always know what to do. And I guess that shows how old I am, because I'll drop into a new game like this, and I won't understand the interface, and I'll be a little bit confused by it all. About the only game I could figure out how to play was the pizza game. I tried Prison Escape and a whole bunch of other ones, and the pizza game was about the only one I could work out how to play. And yeah, so it's okay. I kind of tried to play it a couple of times, but I just can't get into it as much as I try. Because I love the concept of it, being able to build anything you want, and just seeing all these different worlds of young and old, building them up. I also am really annoyed by the amount of advertising, but again, money is involved. And you guys have to tolerate the ads that pop up on my videos, so I can't, be angry about that. I appreciate you guys tolerating my ads. Well, they're not my ads, but the people who advertise on my channel. None of your business, says PhantomStrider. Have you seen my dad? No, I haven't seen your dad. Sorry, none of your business. Hopefully he's at home with you. Colonel Nonsense says, i.e. Roblox. Raphael A says, top, best, and worst YouTube animators. I wouldn't be the best person to ask on that one, Raphael. We had a question from Lewis Price. Are you nervous about Avatar: The Last Bender live-action remake after the movie completely dumped on the original material? Well, we know that, oh my goodness, I've forgotten his name. M. Night Shyamalan probably isn't going to do it, and I think after the botch-up they made, I think video game movies are going to get a lot better in the next 10 years. I think with cartoons, Netflix is kind of leading the way, and the fact that we're seeing anime adaptations get quite good in things like outside of Japan, like fricking the Death Note remake was considerably better than what we've seen in the past. So I think I've got high hopes. It obviously won't be as good as the original Avatar, but I mean, look at live-action remakes of Disney movies, but that's Disney, so it's always going to be pretty damn solid. XXOX man, thank you very much for the donation. You ask, hey Strider, hope you're doing well. Have you seen that Netflix remake Watership Down? Weird. I haven't seen it, and it keeps popping up in my Netflix feed, and I keep saying, I just don't feel like jumping into something so heavy and brutal and violent tonight. But I imagine it was going to... I imagine it's going to be a really good remake when I watch it. And XXOX man also says Death Note remake was trash. Yeah, I heard that, and the budget was considerably better than what I've seen on some of the other remakes. Like, I imagine it's going to be a lot better than Avatar by M. Night Shyamalan. So, yeah, I'm not saying it's incredible. What's your opinion of Doctor Who? I've always wondered since you mentioned it once in a commentary. That was asked by Nikki the Cat. Oh, I haven't done my answer. I haven't done my day yet. I will do that. One sec. Garnishing my wages and going to the rent office. I was never much of a Whovian myself, to be honest. I watched I think it was the 2008, the 2006 series where we had, I was going to say that British guy, but a lot of them are British, and that's the whole thing. They are all British, but I watched the episode that had the one where they go to the end of the world, and I thought that was really, really good. And we meet the Daleks and a couple of other things. I watched probably about 10 episodes of that season with a friend of mine. And yeah, I never really got hugely into it. I like Red Dwarf though, and a lot of those British sort of space opera shows. I have played Breath of the Wild, asked William. It was, yeah, really, really beautiful, really atmospheric. It was kind of what I wanted in a game, which is just something that's a bit like Oblivion. It's more about exploration. Mercedes says, Watership Down completely traumatized a friend of mine who's into being afraid of bunnies. Well, after seeing that General, Wogwarts, or whatever his name is, he was pretty bad. It's pretty harsh. Hi Strider, what are your thoughts on the new Steven Universe episodes? I talk about these actually on the video before this, I think actually. I'm very mixed on it, and that's why I got Christy to come on board, and chat about it. Because I was kind of mixed on it. I was just like, why is he dressing up as his mother now? And like, good for him, I'm not judging. And throwing a ball, I don't care about him throwing a ball. I guess the problem is that I actually want a bit of conflict, and I feel like the conflict with the diamonds was ended so abruptly that that it just wasn't really interesting to me. I actually was kind of wanting the diamonds to be a legitimate threat, kind of like Jasper was, where maybe they can't just be reasoned with so easily, but I don't know, he's having a spar with them now, and it's just meh to me. It doesn't interest me. I'll still watch it because I'm still intrigued, but it's certainly not as relatable because I can't relate to parties and being the life of the party and all that other sort of thing, and throwing balls. Throwing a ball sounds like a nightmare to me, but that's just me. Sorry, Ryder, I haven't actually watched Craig of the Creek. I get asked that sometimes, and it's just not one I've watched very much of. Howdy, Strider, what are your thoughts on the cartoon trilogy Puff the Magic Dragon? Asked by Andrew Hager. I'm sorry, Andrew, I haven't seen Puff, but I have seen Piff the Magic Dragon. That's a very good magician. I like him as a magician. He's very cool. Let's see. What's your opinion of Little Shop of Horrors? Love the channel and content. Sorry, Jekyll. I know the one you're talking about, but I haven't watched it very recently. Let's see. What are your thoughts on BuzzFeed? It exists, Colonel Nonsense. I don't watch it myself. It certainly tries... YouTube really tries hard to push it into my algorithm. Like, it just keeps recommending it over and over and over. But I don't know, I tuned into one video I think they did on BoJack Horseman, but the readout they did was just so bland, the readout they did. I could tell some random person was reading this out, something someone else had written, there was no heart behind it, and I was just sort of like, some people don't mind that, but I guess I'm very sensitive to tone of voice, so it bugged me. Anyway. Would you watch a Roblox or Minecraft live-action movie for $1? Well, not for $1, but I would actually watch for $1 the Minecraft movie, like the actual Minecraft story mode, because that was very cool, and that's available on Netflix, and I do recommend that, Dominic. Anyway, guys, I'm just running up to 1 hour, and I feel I've kept you guys long enough. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been great to do another live stream. I apologize if I have missed your question, by the way. I'm a bit overwhelmed and frantic today for some reason, but it really has been great chatting with you guys and just trying to chill down a bit, and hopefully I'll be able to answer your question next time. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, and I will see where the live stream button is.